Vijay Kumar Saraswat, Distinguished Missile Scientist of India, the Secretary, Department of Defense R&D, Government of India. He is recommended by the Board of Management, Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor of VELTECH Rangarajan and Dr. Shakuntala R&D Institute of Science and Technology to receive the degree of Doctor of Science Honoris Causa, to which I pray he may be admitted.
To deliver the convocation address.
My dear Dr. Rangarajan, Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Shakuntala, Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Convocation, Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deans, Faculty, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests and invitees, electronic and print media, parents, and my dear young graduates. I deem it as a great pleasure and privilege to address this gathering on occasion of the first convocation of the VELTECH Technical University. Greetings and best wishes to all of you. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the graduating students for their excellent performance and for achieving the coveted and cherished degrees. I also congratulate the academic gurus for sharing their invaluable knowledge and for shaping and training the young minds in different disciplines. VELTECH Technical University is well known for its excellence and pragmatism in offering higher education ever since its inception in the year 1990. In fact, throughout this journey today, along with your Chancellor, I had the occasion to get to know more about the university, and I found the spirit of research and development, which is well ingrained in Dr. Rangarajan, is going to fructify in this campus. Over the past 21 years, VELTECH Technical University has been empowering people with such knowledge in different disciplines and invaluable service to our great nation. My dear young graduates, you are all most lucky to have been born and brought up in an era where our nation is surging forward in all walks of life in an unprecedented manner. The knowledge that you have gained and the myriad opportunities and options that you have affords you the freedom to choose your area of interest in luxury, which many of us, our forerunners, did not have so early in their life. I feel so happy for you. You are empowered by knowledge and now have to fortify it with your personal qualities like honesty, integrity, hard work, sincerity, and top it all with a sense of pride to serve the nation. This evening I would like to share with you some thoughts on the theme emerging technologies, which I consider would inspire you to identify areas of your own strength and interest. That knowledge is a strength is a well-known adage and irrefutable fact. The progress of a nation is quantified by its achievements in science and technology. We are ideally poised to become a knowledge power with a large resource of intellectuals, higher caliber academicians, and scientists. A growing middle class who have assigned top priority to education and a number of world-class institutes of learning and research. We have a critical mass of skilled manpower, especially in the field of sciences and well-functioning democracy. We have a large and impressive diaspora, creating valuable knowledge, linkages and networks, and above all, 540 million young and dynamic youths. India should continue to leverage its strengths to assume a leadership, a role, and take on the challenge to build new and resurgent India. Today, India can feel proud of having one of the strongest nations in the world in terms of scientific and technical manpower in capability, quality, and maturity. It is important for India to pull all her acts together to become a continuous innovator and developer of science and technology and its products. We must inspire the young generation from every background to understand that science, maths, engineering can give them the exhilarating power to become the active explorer, an innovator who will design the future. I know not all universities have such a strong culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, but VELTECH should strive to create a passion for basic curiosity, driven research among its students. When we talk of USA, some American universities like MIT have shown the way on how to provide the kind of scientific and technical education that will prepare young minds and young people to invent and refine the breakthrough economies that in half century after World War II love innovation, much of which had its roots in university-based research. Let's look at the innovation ecosystem, what we need to have. From advanced nations' experience, we have to note that accelerating innovation requires an innovation ecosystem. I am often asked how to accelerate innovation. One strategy is to try to understand and amplify some of the mechanisms that promote it. I have in mind 4 basic steps in the creation of a productive innovation system. First and foremost is to provide academic freedom to the faculty and the students to pursue their best ideas in the science and technology, and encourage scholarly research and technology development at the very frontiers of knowledge. Second one is to encourage interdisciplinary research by removing barriers across different disciplines, across institutions, and across national boundaries. This is required because most of our problems are massive, complex, and interdisciplinary. Build a culture of entrepreneurship and help successful inventors to become successful entrepreneurs through collaboration with national laboratories, R&D institutions like DRDO, ISRO, DST, DAE, with free flow of exchange of ideas. This will open exciting opportunities for faculty and students to lay hands on real world problems and to take up entrepreneurial careers. Today, discovery and innovation increasingly spring from a creative network of finest talent everywhere across the globe. To be part of that global activity, creative network must be inspire our young students to pursue scientific careers. We should also craft our policies and create an environment that makes it possible for some Nobel laureates to do their work in the Indian universities. Now let's look at the technologies which are essential for the national security. India must be prepared to confront a wide range of potential opponents in changing global environment. These days, virtually all have access to a global market containing a vast array of modern technologies. These technologies include advanced air, sea, and land weapon systems, access to space and space systems, dual-use technologies that can be used to produce weapons of mass destruction, and sophisticated communication and information management services. Maintaining the technology advantage is so vital to the military success, and it is also critical. Through emerging technologies, we have to provide the best possible equipment of training for our soldiers, sailors, and airmen. For example, as late as the year 2000, the US military had fewer than 50 unmanned aerial vehicles. A decade later, it had more than 7,000 in the arsenal. And in 2009, the US Air Force for the first time trained more pilots to operate unmanned drones than to ride in the cockpits of the fighters and bombers. The talk of better sensors, better networking capability, and the ability to interpret data is very, very essential. In fact, when I saw today many of the students working on micro UAV that they use, it was an accelerating sight. Space security is the basis for responsible use of space. Outer space should be free of exploration and used for all states. Major threats to space security are increasing amounts of orbital debris, increasing crowding in some key orbits, and potential use of space weapons that threaten the space environment. Crowded orbits increase possibility of spacecraft collisions with the increased application of network-centric warfare, utilizing space sensors, space assets, communication systems, navigation and surveillance. The case for space security is becoming very, very strong. An example of such a weapon is the space-based interceptor for missile defense, which has the potential to intercept missiles from rogue states. For kinetic energy anti-satellite systems, we call it AESAT. A large number of technologies like booster, kill vehicles, weapon control systems, debris mitigation, launch support system, engagement planning, and big technology challenges are awaiting all of us. The most important thing which is emerging today is the cyber security. With the advent of computer, computer-based networks, internet and applications, specific software, operating systems, all connected on a grid of economic, commercial, defense, civil aviation, and knowledge dispersion, education, and strategic activities of the nation. The next age of war is going to be the cyber warfare. In this, the weapons are going to be information denial and information espionage using modern software hackers, bombs, viruses, spoofs, etc. China has already made considerable progress in this regard. We as scientists and technologists have to develop information security systems as defensive actions and as cyber attack weapons to paralyze enemies' economic and security activities. I invite all of you to join these programs and make our country self-reliant in the vital area of national security. Next important area is the energy security. Today I also want to touch upon engineering technologies to counter energy challenges being faced by our country. To sustain growth rate in economy, energy supply has to grow in China. We have to pursue a portfolio of options. Transitional strategies that will buy us time in the short term and transformational strategies that will alter the landscape down the road. We all know one option is coal, if we can find an affordable way to make it clean. Given its sheer abundance, it is going to be used, so it is imperative that we find ways to mitigate its release of carbon dioxide. The truth is that while carbon capture and sequestration are fine ideas, we all know that technology is simply not ready. Carbon dioxide capture today is neither efficient nor economical. Sequestration is being done on a small scale in few places, but nowhere at a scale that approach and the type of requirement we have. Given the scope of the energy challenge, we need to work all our transitional options, including clean coals, safe nuclear power, renewable energy sources, and improved efficiency of cars, buildings, and transportation to achieve a bright, clean, low-carbon energy future. However, we will also need bold transformational initiatives. No matter how the nation's energy portfolio changes, an increasing share of future needs will be met by technologies now in the research or development stages. Some will require substantial improvements or even research breakthroughs to have a major impact on our energy budget. Long-term advances would broaden the desirability and future use of nuclear energy. The goals of these efforts are to improve the economics, safety, fuel cycle waste management, and proliferation resistance of nuclear reactors, as well as widen their applications. Sunlight is Earth's most abundant energy source and is delivered everywhere free of charge. In practice, it will require considerable scientific and engineering progress in two ways of converting the energy of sunlight, photovoltaic and solar thermal into usable forms. One promising research development came recently from Professor Mark Aldo of MIT, who has developed a breakthrough solar concentrator that increases the power obtained from solar cells by several factors without needing to track the sun. Many new vehicle technologies have the goal of steering automobiles away from a dependence on fossil fuels. One vision is an all-electric vehicle that uses no gasoline or diesel fuel and does not emit any carbon dioxide. But affordable and reliable EVs will require advances in energy storage. At present, batteries that store enough electricity to give a vehicle acceptable driving range are expensive, large and heavy. Yet technology will provide better options tomorrow. For example, recent advances in nanotechnology applied to the lithium-ion battery and its variants may permit significantly more energy to be stored in a smaller, lighter, and in a packaged manner. Wind energy is another renewable energy technology already widely deployed in many countries, uses the wind-induced motion of huge multiple rotors to drive emission-free turbines. But unlike solar energy, the source is intermittent and currently lacks an economically practical way to store its energy output. With developments in storage technologies and an expanded and upgraded electrical grid, wind energy will provide a substantial portion of our electricity, especially in some regions. For more than 200 years, scientists have known that when hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water, a chemical reaction releases electrical energy. It is exactly the reverse of electrolysis, in which running a current through water separates water into its constituent elements. Devices that use a controlled combination of these two gases to generate current are called fuel cells. This developing technology underlines the the vision of a nationwide hydrogen economy in which the only thrust from fuel cell powered vehicles would be the water vapor, and India would drastically reduce its dependence on fossil fuel supplies. There are several obstacles to achieving that vision. Present fuel cells are too expensive and unreliable for the mass market. And hydrogen is very difficult to transport and store in a vehicle unless it is compressed to thousands of points per current. It may take decades of research and development as well as changes in the energy infrastructure before a hydrogen economy as the vision goes 2032 on a broad scale can be achieved. Fuel derived from plant material or biofuel is an appealing renewable alternative to fossil fuels. It is uncertain though whether biofuels are ultimately viable in the absence of subsidies. In particular, the prospects of biodiesel, a relatively heavy liquid derived from soybean, vegetable, tetrophar, rapeseed or safflower or among others are considered doubtful. Typically, those oils are already expensive compared to the fossil fuel sources, and there does not appear to be a way to bring the cost down. I would like to now share my thoughts with the student community. The rapid race of globalization, the shift from an industrial to a knowledge-based innovation, economy and explosion of network communications have all created the need to work and interact in new ways and to gain fluency in new tools and paradigms. All young people today need to be innovative thinkers and good problem solvers no matter what life they would like to choose. The 21st century classroom, according to the visionary administrators and students, is a student-centered, technology-rich environment with laptops, multimedia, equipment, interactive whiteboards, online data lines, communication tools, learning management systems, virtual simulations, and unlimited student access to the internet. Today, students think and process information fundamentally differently from their predecessors. They are digital natives, born into the digital age. A big part of their life will be online. If students are to be prepared for their future challenges, schools and districts must recognize that faculty need to expand their skill set and receive training and support to infuse those new skills into the classroom. Technology provides an understanding and an appreciation for the world around us. Humanity at the moment may be compared to a colony of bacteria in a petri dish with a constant food supply. With no way to remove the waste of their metabolism, the bacteria eventually poisons themselves. In nature, organisms recycle the waste of other organisms. No such mechanism exists for removal of technology waste, and that is where I would like to deal with you on sustainable technologies. We must learn to design our technology specifically with the environment in mind instead of designing for economic and economic effects. Each wave of technology creates a set of waste previously unknown by humans: toxic waste, radioactive waste, electronic waste. This is one area where we have to think of some emerging technologies to overcome these globe-threatening problems. There are some exotic topics which are emerging in science and technology. These are very exotic and finding their way to realization. They will change the way we live. Keeping positive mind in it, I'll just mention a few of them to get a flavor of how future is going to be. Synthetic biology. It is a new era of research that combines science and engineering with the ultimate goals of being able to design and build engineered biological systems that process information, manipulate chemicals, fabricate materials and structures, produce energy, provide food and maintain and enhance human health and environment. Metamaterials. They are artificial materials engineered to have properties that may not be found in nature. Metamaterials usually gain these properties from structure rather than decompositions, using small ingredients, inhomogeneities to create effective macroscopic behavior. Potential applications of metamaterials are diverse and include remote aerospace applications, infrastructure monitoring, smart solar, power management, public safety, radomes, high-frequency battlefield communication, and lenses for high-gain, including ultrasonic sensors and ever-shielding structures from earthquakes. I saw some excellent from the chancellor, which was talking about farm robotics. There is a professor who is doing excellent work here. It is a new approach to the coordination of multi-role systems which consist of large numbers of mostly simple physical robots. It is supposed that a desired collective behavior emerges from the intervention between the robots and interaction of robots with the environment. This approach emerged on the field of artificial swarm intelligence, as well as biological studies of insects, ants, and other fields in nature where swarm behavior occurs. Potential applications for swarm robots include tasks that demand or miniaturization, like distributed sensing tasks in micromachinery or human body. Another area is hypersonic flight. It is an aircraft propulsion which is powered by a scramjet required for hypersonic flight, which will take you to New York from Delhi in 30 minutes flight duration. A scramjet, we call it supersonic combustion ramjet. It is a variant of a ramjet air-breathing jet engine in which combustion takes place in supersonic field flow. NASA and ESTO Australia have demonstrated this technology through the flight test conducted in 2010. In India, we are also having a program where we will be demonstrating a similar technology in the year 2012. This technology has got wide application in defense, space, and civilian application. My dear friends, well, though there is not more to discuss on many such futuristic technology wonders, due to the paucity of time, I do have to stop this address somewhere, and I consider it most appropriate to go back to where we began. Your empowered position as a graduate from VELTECH and responsibility that comes along with it to contribute to the nation with all your might. I feel duty-bound to share with you my thoughts on a relevant topic like this on this occasion. I have no doubt that you will always remain a proud alumnus of this great institution and dedicate a part of your time and resources to maintain the preeminence of your alma mater and to bring glory to this university and our great nation. May you have the satisfaction of contributing to the society by employing your expertise. I would like to thank Dr. Rangarajan, Chancellor, Dr. Shakuntala Rangarajan, Young Chancellor, and Dr. Kodeshwaran, Vice Chancellor, VELTECH Technical University, for the kind courtesies extended to me and opportunity given to me to interact with so many bright-eyed youngsters here. It has been my honor to address the convocation and accept with gratitude and humility the honorary doctoral degree bestowed upon me. Dear young graduates, before I complete, let me give you this parting advice. You got your degrees today. What you got today is not only education, but also means of education. Your graduation may be over, but the learning continues. You have brains in your head, you can steer in any direction you choose, but with your hard work. The future holds great opportunities for you. Your individuality is the key to success. It is not enough to be a man of success, but be a man of value. No one is perfect. Remember, the largest room in this world is room for improvement. Make excellence not a skill, but an attitude. So friends, catch the trade winds in your sail. Explore, experience, excel, and enjoy. I once again offer my heartfelt wishes to all those who are receiving degrees today. Again, my heartiest congratulations and best of luck.